Anyway, welcome to today's vlog. Today I am going to do something I didn't want to do. And if you've been watching the series of videos for the daily commute thing, you will know that I said I wasn't going to do it on the last episode of the first season. And that's, I'm going to do a 3-point lighting tutorial. So let's just hop in. Let's look at this. So here it is. I've set up the lights based on this basic diagram of how to set up 3-point lighting. You see that the camera's in its position here, and then 45 degrees off one direction you have the key light, 45 degrees off on the other direction you have the fill light, and then you have a kicker or rim light or a backlight behind. So let's see what each of these lights look like in use. Here's the first shot. This shot is just the key light on. As you can see, there's some very dark shadows on the one side of my face, but we do have a really nice amount of depth happening on the face itself due to the shadows that are there. But we don't want me to fall off into nothingness behind, back there on the other side. So what we'll do is we will put in a fill light. So let's look at the fill light. Here the fill light is just the fill light only. There's no other light on here. You can see that it fills in that side really nicely. You don't have a ton of shadow over there, but now the other side is super duper dark because the fill light's not as bright. And it's a softer light. It's not as hard as our key light was. Key lights are usually going to be your hardest light. Often you're going to soften your fill light and probably your backlight or your rim light, depending on what you're trying to accomplish here. So then let's just transfer over to that rim light. And this rim light, I decided to go a little bit off just on one side because it does still help to pop me out from that background a little bit, but I also get some nice spill onto the temple there. And I like that part of it because I really enjoy having that kind of little bit of a highlight there on the side. I think it does a lot of stuff. It still helps to break me out from the background a little bit, but really if you're going just for a nice kicker kind of rim light backlight, you might want to not go so extreme as I did on this one, so that you can get a little bit of light on the other shoulder as well. That way you have a nice separation from the background and your subject. So what do all of these lights, let's look at them again. Here's your key light, your fill light, and your rim light, and together this is the image those three lights have formed. As you can see, I am separated from the background a good amount because of that rim light. I also get that nice highlight on the temple, which looks kind of styled and looks kind of nice. The fill light is softening the shadows on the one side of my face while still allowing some shadowiness to be there, so I feel more like a three-dimensional figure. And then the key light is giving us our main source of light, which allows us to see my face. It allows us to see a little bit of a sparkle in the eye because of that, and it really, that's 3-point lighting. That's it. It's no big mystery. The biggest part about it is looking at that diagram. So here's that diagram again. We have key light on one side, fill light on the other side, and there is some debate about whether or not your rim light should be on the opposite of your key light or opposite of your fill light. I don't really think it matters. I prefer the way it looks when it's opposite my key light, because then I can get that temple light that I like so much there on the temple without washing it out on the key light side. So that's it. I hope that this really helped you guys see what 3-point lighting is. It's not a complicated subject, but it does tend to give you the most pleasurable look for things like interviews, for documentary style stuff, and sometimes it's just what you want to have it look like because it makes things look kind of nice and three-dimensional in a two-dimensional medium. That's it. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.